12:12 when I started this. I just looked over at the clock as I was ending my last one right before I started this one. So I'm doing them back to back, y'all. I'm trying to finish. We got one more sign after this. This one gonna be for Scorpio. It's 12:12 when I started this. 2:22 on the clock when I looked at it. So it could be this clock. This clock that's I'm looking at, y'all. It's not. It doesn't have the right time on it. But needless to say, it did say 2:22 when I looked over there at it, and the clock on iPad or the tablet that I'm using is at 12:12. And so this one is for Scorpio. It's the next one. This is what we have right now. The last one is Virgo. Last one is Virgo. So, Holy Spirit, Archangels, please allow me to channel the messages that surrounding our Scorpios and whoever else that may be connected to this message. Spirit guides, ancestors of the highest white light only. Tell us what we need to know regarding Scorpios and whoever it is that may be connected to the messages that they need to know. Scorpios, first of all, we're going to see what 1212 is. Angel number 1212 can mean spiritual awakening. Someone could be going through a spiritual awakening. It says it can be a sign that you're on the right path and about to find your purpose. It can also mean that you should connect deeply with yourself and your surroundings. Financial stability is it can signify a harmonious alignment between your professional journey and financial goals. Finding balance, it can be a reminder to make time for things that matter the most: family, friends, work, self-care. No, we don't focus on self-care enough, focusing on time with ourselves, how to lift ourselves up, how not to seek validation, personal hygiene, mental health. It's very important these days. I don't think about it. We don't focus enough on mental health. We talk about it a lot. We don't focus enough on it. And so that's just a few of the things that 1212 could mean. Let's see, 222. It's associated with balance. So there could be definitely something going on with balance because we've seen that in 1212 and 222. Harmony, love, collaboration. Balance and harmony, a repeated appearance of 222 can be a sign to find balance between your personal and your professional life. Trust and patience. A sign to trust and be patient while you're manifesting your desires. I feel like this may have something to do a lot with balance. So let's see what we have out here. The Scorpios. Shuffle the cards a little. I'm balanced twice already. Something may need to be balanced out. Something may need to be balanced out. Maybe with your personal and professional life may be off balance. You may be trying to mix the two, personal and professional. You could be trying to mix the two. Smart, not wise. Something could be smart, but it's not a wise thing to do. I keep seeing war and mystic kept happening out. Calling in the world of evil spirits. War. Somebody's, yeah. Oh, too often we see where people's doing magic to manipulate stuff to go their way. And so this may be a person who's sleeping with someone that they're trying to work with or who they're working with, and they think it's a good combination to do both. Maybe they got their position by trying to sleep with someone or sleeping with someone. I don't know what this is. A war and mystic. Somebody's definitely doing magic. Somebody definitely has a knack for magic. And they at war with somebody. Mystic. Look, y'all, I can't make it up. It keeps popping out. I seen it the first time, and the second time, and the third time. And I was just about to stop this time, and Mystic popped out again. And I got this. I wish y'all could see, but I have these index cards separated into 3 different piles. And so, never cease to amaze me how spirit guides do what they do, because I don't know how this Mystic even get over here in this pile, considering I've seen it pop out in these other 2 piles. I don't know. Maybe I have it in this deck more than one time, but I've definitely seen it quite a few times already. So I'm going to put it back in, shuffle a little bit more like I did, and make it all 1 pile. Let's see, what do we have for Scorpios? The card itself says, work through your fears, Scorpio. So let's see, what does this have to do with? Mentor. Someone can need a mentor. It could be something going on with someone's mentor. I see secret and y'all. I was about to say I seen secret and moon phases, because this what stood out to me. But I kid you not, before I could even get this out, I'm sure y'all could guess what I just seen. Balance. But I said this could have a lot to do with balance. Something's off balance. Something's not right here. So Scorpio, what do we have that's off balance? Moon phases. Someone could be doing something and work with the moon. There's some secrets here. Someone could be a mentor to somebody. Let's hope they're not a mentor and they're not balanced themselves. It's a person who's not balanced. Something is off balance in your life. Is it the personal and the personal and the business? Something that's off balance about your personal life and your business life. Maybe you're focused on the wrong things. I see indigo right here. First thing that caught my eye is focus. It also says truth. Truth. Someone could have lied about something. Weight loss. There could be a issue with someone's weight. Someone may feel like they're overweight or underweight. Someone may be trying to do something to get in shape somehow. Maybe their body is not balanced. You know how people can have bodies that are not proportionate? Like their bottom may be much bigger than their top, or their top half may be much bigger than their bottom half. I ain't trying to be funny, y'all, but you know what I'm thinking about? It's giving SpongeBob. Y'all know the way he's shaped like a square at the top and it's big and square, but his legs look like stick legs. Something could be off about someone's body. Maybe they could be really big in one area and small in another area. I don't know. Take it how it resonates, y'all. But somebody's focus is their focus is off. Maybe they're focused on the wrong things. There's some secrets. Someone has secrets. I don't feel like someone has been truthful about whatever this is. Maybe someone told some lies to get a certain job. And maybe their attitude or their character doesn't reflect whatever job it is that they have. With these secrets and moon phases here, somebody could, again, we already seen mystic pop out a lot. Somebody could be doing some type of magic, some type of moon magic. They could be working with the moon and different moon phases to do some type of magic that is allowing them, maybe they're trying to be seen in a certain light. If they lie to get a certain position, then maybe they could be trying to be seen like they qualify for whatever this is. And so let's just say if they're supposed to be like mentors to someone, they don't qualify to be mentors to someone. Or maybe it's their mentor. Maybe that's what's off balance. Maybe they're sleeping with their mentor. I don't know what this is, y'all. Let's keep going to figure it out. And I say it's something about a job, y'all. I can't make it up. Something about a job. Employers are in on it. Something is off. Something's not balanced. Regarding a job, 1212, that's what we seen. Um, yeah, it's something about your personal life and your work life that's not balanced. I feel like, again, that maybe there was some type of lies told, some type of manipulation, some type of secrets that you have. Something was not done in the right way. And so you came into this position, whatever this position is. And I don't feel like you really qualify for whatever this is. And maybe someone who hired you or someone who's over whatever this is aware that you don't, like, it's something off about something. Or maybe this could be a situation where you may have came into whatever it is that you're in, whatever this is, whatever position this is. There could be secrets that you have on someone or about someone that could be your mentor. And whatever these secrets that you have, employers could be in on it. So if you are have a certain position, your employers could be in on whatever secrets you have, whatever this is that's being done underneath the moon. So maybe your mentor does some type of something. I don't know what this is. Something with a job. Are you sleeping with your boss? And maybe y'all are doing something working together. Maybe that could be the secret. That has to do with your personal life and your business life. Are you sleeping with your boss? Something is off balance. And there's definitely some manipulation in this with these moon phases here. Somebody's definitely doing something under the moon. They're definitely doing some type of magic or something underneath the moon. Now, just because you're working with the moon phases does not have it does not mean you're doing some type of black magic. The moon is it if it's not like the moon is unnatural, so you can do a lot of natural things and work around the moon phases with whatever it is that you're doing. But that's not really what I'm getting right here with these secrets. And the fact that we started off the beginning saying something that's off balance. So I'm not getting anything good with someone working with these moon phases. I feel like it's some type of dark magic, some type of manipulation that's being done. And somebody's employers could be in on it. So whether it's this person, whoever is being done to, employers could be in on it, or someone who you work for is also working with you. doing whatever this is, whatever secrets this is, whatever this is that's being hidden, whatever you're doing behind closed doors, your employers could be in on it, or somebody's employers are in on it. And it is making things off balance. And so if you're working with someone's employers to do something against them, then that's creating something that's off balance for them, because you have one person from maybe, I don't know, let's say you could be family or a friend group that's working with someone's employers. They're working with someone's job here. And so yeah, that can create something that's off balance. It's unfair. It's like, how can a person have a fair chance at whatever this is when their employers are in on it, or with all of these people working together in order to do whatever this is that's so secretive. So you're doing some unjustified things here, Scorpio. This could be done to you, or you could be the one working with somebody else doing whatever this is to someone. But it's unfair. It's not right. I don't know. Are you sleeping with someone's boss, or best friend? That's what just popped out as I was shuffling. Something to have to do with someone's best friend partnership, y'all. Right behind it, they hate you. So this is someone that they really don't like someone. They hate somebody here. And so they could be doing some type of moon magic. They're working with the moon in order to partner up with someone, maybe someone's best friend. This could be someone's best friend, or they're partnering up with someone's best friend and someone's employers in order to create this imbalance. Something's not balanced. It has to do with work, professional or professional life, which is your work or someone's work, and your personal life. And so maybe someone here doesn't like someone. Maybe they envy someone. Maybe they're jealous of someone. Maybe someone did something to them and they just don't like this person. Maybe this is someone trying to get their lick back, so to speak. And I said that it's so funny because my my niece is a Scorpio, and she used to have this thing where she says that all the time she gonna get her lick back regardless. And to me, it used to always sound so childish. But as old as we are now, as the time has went by, and she's in her 30s, not quite where I am, but early 30s, and she's still on the same type of time, getting her lick back, trying to prove a point. At some point, I feel like people grow out of that, and maybe some people don't. But then, that's what I thought about. Maybe someone's trying to get their lick back. And so this, whichever case this may be, whether it's jealousy, envy, or somebody who maybe has something done to them and they're just trying to get back at a person. This person has went into partnership somehow with someone who is close to the person they're trying to get back at. And that's what's creating this imbalance. That's what the secret is. This person has went into a partnership with someone who could maybe this person's employers, could also be a person that's someone called their best friend. This person hates you. And so whether they hate on you or whether they just hate you for whatever reason, this person has went into partnership with your employers and someone you call a best friend. This is business and personal. Somebody could meet, they could even be sleeping together. Somebody, them and your best friend could be sleeping together. Them and somebody at your job could be sleeping together. Either way, all of these people are working together. Or at least they have this one person in common, this one person in the middle that's working with each of them. Whoever this is you call your best friend and whoever your employers are at the time. This one person is in the middle. This person don't like you. So we know they're creating an imbalance for you. They're working with the moon phases, so we know they're not doing anything good in the background. It says mentor here, so maybe they have someone as their mentor. Someone could be teaching them how to work with the moon phases and how to do different things in order to harm you, in order to cause this imbalance in your life. And this is a secret. At least they think it's a secret. God sees everything. And so when that point of day and time comes and things are being revealed, just know that, you can't do anything and it be a secret anymore. There is a trail left with everything now. There's always an eye in the sky. And so whether you're going places, doing certain things, you can always be seen. Got cameras all on the street, cameras at the stores, pointing to different places on the street. So even if it's cameras not on the street itself, you got cameras, you're passing by different places all the time. If you stop for gas, and you may not even have to stop, and maybe a camera at the gas station that's pointing out to the street as well. And so people are able to see your moves and what it is that you do. There's always some type of trail being left. The phone calls that you make, you may think they're not being traced, but they can be traced. We had a reading came out yesterday that says someone was using a fake name, some type of fictitious name. That can be traced as well. You can change your name and you can communicate with each other using different aliases all you want. That can still be traced. If Billy Bob is being traced back to a line that you use regularly, then it don't matter that the name is Billy Bob if it's being traced back to Tracy. If every time Billy Bob says something, it goes back to Tracy's phone, then it don't matter. And so you may think whatever it is that you're doing is in secret, but things are always, it can always be seen. And so although something may haven't came out yet, I feel like it will. Something will be coming out. So whoever this is that you're in partnership with, business partnership, relationship, feel like it's both. Doing it because you hate someone, because you want to get back at them. Maybe somebody called their best friend. Working with somebody's employers. What is this? Isaiah 33:1 says, "Woe to you." Did it straight, y'all? I can't make it up. Read that. Isaiah chapter 33 verse 1 says, "Woe to you, you destroyer who has not been destroyed." And I say it doesn't matter the fact that you may have not been caught yet in whatever it is that you're doing to, I feel like, try to get back at someone or get at someone because you may be jealous of them, they're jealous of whatever they have accomplished that you haven't. Maybe mad because you can't add up to whatever it is that they're doing. And so you stoop to doing something on a very low level, on like a snake type of level, to get back at this person because you can't do anything on their level because it's not going to measure up. And so you can't make success your get back because you're not like you may not have anything to be successful on. So what do? Is you stoop down to working with the moon, doing magic and causing people some type of maybe imbalance or instability in their life. And you may not be caught yet, but you will be. Anyway, the card says, woe to you, you the destroyer who has not been destroyed. You betrayer who has not been betrayed. When you finish destroying, you will be destroyed. And when you finish betraying, you will be betrayed. And so whatever it is you think you're doing behind closed doors, you're going to suffer when it's over with. When it's all said and done, you've caused yourself more harm than what you've actually done. And I don't think you realize this yet. Dealership tags can have a lot to do with whatever it is you're doing. And so if someone's being surrounded with a lot of dealership tags, this could be why whatever this is that they're trying to do to you, they have a lot of people working with them. And so these people who look like they're pulling off freshly from the dealership in a, like they've just bought a new car, these are people working with them. These people not buying all these new cars, but someone could own a dealership and making it easily accessible for people to drive around with these dealership tags on their vehicles. And so these may not even be vehicles from the dealership, they may just be dealership tags. I know how easily that can be done for someone to just slap a dealership tag on the back of their car, especially when you have connections to someone who owns a dealership. For you to slap a dealership tag on the back of the car, or either a tag that says you have until next month in order to get the tag, something to make the police not immediately be attentive to you and whatever it is that you've done, something to throw them off. It's these dealership tags. These people are up to no good. So fast, if y'all are listening, now y'all know if you're seeing an extreme amount of dealership tags, you might want to pay a little bit more attention than you have been to who and what when it comes down to these dealership tags. They tried to trick the trickster. Yeah, this is someone that's been playing some games here. I see bipolar. Someone could have a bipolar personality. One minute they could be happy, and the next minute they could be doing some evil, dirty stuff to try to get back at somebody or harm somebody. Seen abusive, steal inheritance. So this person could be abusive and they could be trying to steal someone's inheritance. There goes abusive again. And so this person, the Scorpio, this could be working with again, someone you called a best friend or your best friend or your employers. And they think they're going to get away with it. One out of, or maybe a few people out of these groups has been very abusive to you. They have been some type of bully. That's mental abuse, verbal abuse. This could be stuff on the internet. If they're working with magic, then it's an easy way they can manipulate the stuff on the internet to make themselves look a certain way, or to make you look a certain way, to maybe make you crazy. Say if you're thinking about something and they're able to pull something up on the internet. If something happened to you, we're just gonna say if I don't know, you laugh so hard you peed on your pants. The next thing you see on the internet is somebody maybe saying something about wearing diapers or something, and that's a direct reflection of what just happened to you. Next thing you see on the internet may be somebody saying something about leaks, you having a leaky bladder. That's a direct reflection of whatever it is you just done. If you were running out the store quickly and you tripped over your own feet, you may scroll down your page and the next thing you see is something regarding somebody being clumsy. That's internet bullying. There's also things that are done that make people, it'll drive people crazy because it's not something you can just say out loud that you're experiencing, because it's not like you have any proof that you're actually experiencing that. How can you say that a certain thing happened to you, or you were just thinking about a certain thing and these people came right along and put that in your face just to let them know, just to let you know that they've been watching you. And that's that, a lot of times that's the reason it's done, to let you know that, hey, I see what it is that you're doing, or I see what it is that you're thinking, even if it's just something you've thought. Let's say you're thinking about all day, I don't know, drinking coffee. Or let's say you just had the thought cross your mind that you want coffee, and the next ad that comes across your thing is something about coffee. And we say, well, people deal with that all the day long. And so we, maybe that was a bad example. Say you were just thinking about, maybe it crossed your mind to have some type of relationship with somebody. The next thing that comes across your page is them with somebody else. Things like that happen all the time. You'd be surprised how often it happens, and it's not really stuff you can report or say anything about, because that's the whole purpose of it. Internet bullies, internet bullies aren't just the bots that get on your page and they say all of this crazy stuff and they get on your nerves and you can just block them and keep going about your day. We're not talking about the bots. We talking about really real bullies on the internet that will do it, and you never know it's coming from them because of whatever manipulation that they're using. They'll pull something up just to show you, hey, I see you. But it may be a post from someone who you don't even know from a year and a half ago that just so happened to pop up on your page. It didn't just so happen to pop up on your page. They put it there. It's like people try to talk to you through the internet, or through different posts, through different characters on the internet. You would be surprised how often that happens. And so someone's definitely being abusive here, whether that's an internet bully, whether that's someone being verbally abusive or mentally abusive. I think that will fall under mental and verbal abuse, because they're saying things to try to hurt your feelings. They're saying things to try to get under your skin. They're saying things to drive you crazy, because it's not something valid that you can just go and report to somebody. You know how stupid it looks. You know how stupid it sounds. And so the only thing you can really do is hopefully your mental state is strong enough to where you can just never mind it sometimes. And even if you do respond to it, hopefully it's just, you know, just the same way they responding to it. Something in your mind. And so if you were able to see what it is that I was just thinking, then you're able to see my response to what it is you just said. So hopefully, you're not driving yourself too crazy by dealing with stuff like this. These people are crazy. Well, let's see. What else? Yeah, 34 minutes. What else about this Scorpio? United Nations. Something could be significant about United Nations, y'all. It's so funny because at first when I was dealing with a lot of stuff, and you start to feel like, it's beyond your government help. Or maybe you could be dealing with stuff that's in your government. You know, those are the people you want to go to, you want to connect to. That's where excuse me, I was told to connect to these people here at the United Nations, the UN, as these are people who could help you deal with certain things, especially when it's people who are in the government that are responsible for certain things. Um, I'm trying to think of what it's called. We know there are certain ways, they say especially when the GOV is getting involved in this whole gang stalking issue, that is, they're able to have or do a lot more electronically than your average person is able to do. And so maybe that's the case. Maybe someone has ties to maybe someone in the military or someone high up inside the government who is able to, again, do a lot more as far as electronic harassment than your average person is able to do. And so if you're going through something like this, maybe this is someone that you need to contact in order to get some help with this. Because if you're dealing with things of this nature, I can imagine it's nothing that you can tell your local police department that's going to help you, because this is far beyond them. And so maybe this is who you need to be contacting. It says they want to close your third eye. They don't want you to be able to see that's what this is. And maybe depression, somebody could be depressed, or they could be trying to make sure you're depressed. This could be something they're trying to do to you. And so if you're dealing with a lot of harassment like that, people trying to make sure that you know, that they can see your every move, that they know everything you're thinking about, that they know where you're going to be before you're going to be there, before you've established where you're going to be. This could be the case where you got somebody that's much higher up there. Again, military connections. Military people have connections, be able to do stuff like that, remote viewing, and they can see, they can hear your thoughts. They're very intuitive. They've expanded on their psychic abilities. And everybody don't use those for good. We know anybody can join the military. Truth be told, anybody can join the military. And so you can have people with deep hatred out here that's willing to help whatever this is, because they're trying to drive you crazy. They don't want you to be who you are. Again, these people hate you. It's so funny because one time when I was in Vegas, and I always say they try to take my intuition, they try to take my ability to channel. So one time I was in Vegas and I was sitting there in the parking lot and I was just channeling a bunch of stuff. So I was sitting there with my mind closed. I could hear a bunch of things going on, a bunch of people talking, and it sounded like a lot of it sounded like older white men, but they were just spewing a bunch of hatred, y'all. Like they were saying a bunch of everything. I can't remember exactly what it was, but they were calling all kind of names. They were just saying how much they hated me. These people, like, they really have a deep hatred for you, and it's crazy because I've never done anything to anybody out here like that. I've always kind of stayed to myself, and so if there's someone walking around with that a deep hatred for me, it's because of something that they know about me. you know the light irritates the demons in people. So if these are people who are not connected to God themselves, then that could be why they're extremely irritated with what it is that you do or what it is you don't do. Maybe the way you carry yourself. I don't know. And so, yeah, I don't know. This has really gotten from Scorpio to some whole like government situation. I really rather not. I'm kind of just gonna fall back on that part, um, and go back into the Scorpio. Oh, but just to finish that particular thing, I was gonna say, as as long as I was channeling that hatred, it was just flowing. I was able to keep going. But then it's like the channel switched, almost like you can change the channel on a radio or on a TV and then get different broadcasting. The channel switched, and it's nothing that I've been able to control on my own. I always say what I get is just what I'm given, because I don't know what it is I'm gonna get when I get it. I just take it. It's just there. I know a lot of people, especially military people, but a lot of people learn how to control that. It's classes. You can go to school for being able to, remote view and learn how to do different things with your mind. And so some people know how to control that. Some people know how to look right into exactly what they're trying to look into. I haven't been able to do that yet. What I've done is just been given to me. I can only do what God allows me to do. And I haven't really been able to expand on that because I have so many people who are throwing stuff my way to get me to not be able to focus on what I should be focusing on, expanding spiritually. When you're pushed into survival mode, then that's all you can do is try to survive. It's no longer you thriving, you being able to learn different things. It's just you trying to survive. And I think that's what they do when they start messing with your money, when they pull everybody away from you. And so you have nobody to communicate with all of a sudden. Your money's down. You can't really do much. You can only just live. You have to, you're making just barely enough to pay whatever it is you have to pay. They want you down like that so you won't be able to expand spiritually. And so I feel like that's the point that I'm stuck at. But the channel just switched on its own. And so I went from listening to all of that hatred to what sounded to me like an African man. And I can hear him saying, "Oh, there you are." And it was with such happiness in his voice. It was a big difference from the hatred that I was getting from what I was hearing before. It was like really bad, y'all, really bad. I'm gonna tell y'all what it reminded me of when I was in Vegas that same time. I was in a particular hotel. The hotel was filled with military people, and so to walk to my room, I would have to walk by the part where all the restaurants was. And this particular night, it was a mirror on one side and like a long booth on the other side where people would sit at for that particular restaurant and eat. And this man, military man, was sitting right there on the corner staring into the mirror, and he was saying all kind of hateful things. He would never look at me in my face. He wasn't looking around to anybody. He was looking directly in the mirror, and he was saying all kind of just hateful, just mean things, and it was crazy. I thought it was really weird, and I remember thinking, what kind of hocus pocus shit is this? Like, is this supposed to be some kind of spell work? Like, what is really going on? It was weird, y'all. So yeah, that's what that reminded me of. And this was not anything I was channeling. This is what was happening. This is what was going on in the 3D. And so the stuff that I was channeling this particular day, that's what that reminded me of. Just a bunch of hatred, but it was several men you can hear just talking, a bunch of hateful stuff. And you can tell they were talking directly to me. They knew that I was listening. And so it's like the channel switched. And then all of a sudden I can hear this African man who sounded like he was so happy to know that I was there. You can just tell in the sound of his voice. He was like, "Oh, there you are." Like he had just been waiting for me to get there for the longest. And now finally here you go. And he was so happy that I was right there. And all of a sudden it went off. It was like as long as I was able to listen to that hatred, then it just kept going and going and going. But the channel switched, and then there was all of a sudden this African man who was happy to hear me there. And I say hear me because I don't know how that works on their end, if they're actually able to see or hear, or I don't really know how that works. But it switched over to this African man. It's almost like immediately when it switched over to him, they cut it off. And I couldn't hear anything else. And I feel like that's what I deal with a lot. You know, it's like they go out the way and they don't want you, at least for me anyway. I have a lot of hatred around me, a lot of people who do things to try to tear me down all the time. And so all the time I'm having to do stuff to lift myself up. And so that's kind of become a part of my life for these last 2 years, to learn how to ignore certain things, to build myself up, because I have a lot of people are trying to tear me down. A lot of people are trying to make sure I'm not able to channel what it is that I need to. A lot of people that are making sure that certain messages don't come through to me like they used to. Because it used to be like so good, I would just close my eyes and I would see all different kind of things. It's like I would close my eyes and I can be able to see into somebody's living room, or I would close my eyes and I can hear a whole conversation that's taking place between people. And it used to happen often, like every time I closed my eyes, it would just come to me. Now it's not that often. It's not that often, but I've had so much stuff. It's like people they try so hard to stop that, to knock that, and I'm not sure why, because the most evil, dirtiest people out here are able to do it freely. And so for me being a person who's I feel like a woman of God, who try to do things the right way, like why would you be trying so hard to stop me when I have only done things to try to help people, when there are people out here that's really trying to destroy people who are able to do this so freely. And so I don't know. That's strange to me. And so that's a lot of what I deal with. And maybe that's could be a lot of what you're dealing with. So maybe you deal with a lot of abuse like that as well. Maybe you need to contact the United Nations, because like I said, when it comes down to things of that nature, I've read about certain things and they say that's when the higher ups have stepped in, and they have more to do with that than you think they have to do with that, when they're able to do stuff like that. And so we don't know if this is the case where this is the higher ups that are also taking part of this, or if this is just a person who has had access to that kind of stuff. Maybe it's just a person who has had this certain type of training, maybe through the military. Maybe it's an ex-person who worked in the CIA or something. Like maybe they have those kind of connections to people where they're able to do this. Maybe it's somebody who doesn't currently work for any type of government entity, but maybe they used to, and they still know how to do everything they do. And so that could be the case here, y'all. But there is definitely a Scorpio who's working with people. Somebody maybe who you work for or who you used to work for, and somebody who you call your best friend, or maybe somebody who you did used to call your best friend. And they're working with these people in order to try to tear you down, to try to manipulate you somehow. We have 49 minutes, y'all. So let's just keep going real quick. Anything else for this Scorpio? So we can go ahead and bring this to a close. It says let's move in together. I don't know. That's for somebody. Unsupportive. Somebody's been unsupportive through something. I don't know. Hopefully that's not this unsupportive person saying, hey, let's move in together. So they can try to control you a little bit more. Hopefully this is saying, since you haven't been supported, maybe somebody wants to come in and help you somehow gain your stability back or do something. I don't know. Back porch. Something could have happened on the back porch. Land and sea. Something's going on land and sea right here. Is this the same reading when we said someone was going overseas to do something? I gotta go back and look at these cards and see. No, I don't think that was this. Maybe that was the last reading. We do have land and sea right here though. And so somebody could be, they could be working with people here and people overseas that are doing this. Especially if this is like a ex-military person or something. They probably have connections to people overseas. Or this could be, I don't know, maybe the person you wants you to move in with them. They could stay in a different country. Y'all, look what I just cut the deck on. I'm telling y'all. Military practitioner. As I pulled up practitioner and looked at the timer, it said 505055. Military practitioners. These are people who they're working with in order to try to do stuff to you, in order to try to bring you down, in order to try to stop you from doing whatever it is that you are doing. Somebody could be blackmailed to do some things against you. Somebody could work for a nonprofit or be associated with some type of nonprofit. North, south, east, west. We got people in every direction. People surrounding you. This could be good. This could be bad. People could be surrounding you again that are trying to destroy you. A boss or a supervisor. Again, this could be have to do with somebody you work for, somebody you used to work for, somebody you currently work for. This is a boss. It's a supervisor who's doing something to try to destroy you. It says your hometown people are jealous. I always question this card, especially when it comes, so much negative stuff is coming out. It's like, how could your hometown people possibly be jealous about your life being destroyed in front of everybody's faces? About people trying to constantly bring you down. I mean, who's in the background going, man, I wish that was me? It just sounds so stupid to me. But evidently, there's somebody out there that's jealous of whatever it is you're going through. A Gemini that have a lot to do with this. I just cut the deck right here, y'all. It says there's an appointed time when the holy ones will get back everything they lost. And I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. I'm going to end it right here, y'all. This is what I have for Scorpio. I'll be back.